So the diagram below shows straight roads, straight roads, what roads are you talking about? Straight roads connected in tongues L, M, N, and R. All right, somebody trying to come in. LR is 19, so L to R is supposed to be 18, is 18 kilometers. LN is 12, MN is 10, angle RLN, angle RLN, R to L to N is 25 degrees, and L to M to N is 88 degrees. Calculate, just somebody face to face. My whole idea is here. How would we find this angle here, which is M, L, N? Anybody? We did a whole worksheet on this last. So we are using sine rule. So I want to put sine rule according to the letters we have here, right? So this will be, check it out, right? Capital M, common M. Everybody agrees? Right? Capital L, common L. Good? So sine rule will be, well, sine rule is basically common A over sine capital A is equal to, what is it, bro? B over sine capital B. Right? So somebody coming in online. Right. So M and common M and capital M will be 12 and 88 respectively, right? So let me work the A's as M, right? So this will be 12 over sine capital A, which will be capital M in this case, 88. Everybody good there? Is equal to common B. Common B will be the common L, capital L will be capital B, okay? So this will be 10 over sine capital B, which will be, we could put M, L, N one time, right? Everybody good there so far? So we want to find this, right? M, L, N. So I want to carry this whole thing over here, like what we were doing last week, and I bring in this whole thing underneath here, and then work it, right? So you'll have sine M, L, N is equal to 10 over 12 divided by sine 88. Punchline on the calculator, find that for me, please, as 1.
0.838.
Right, so sine MLN is equal to 0.8328. So let me just go with 83, right? Okay, so to 2 decimal places. So we work in. Now I want to find MLN, which means the sign alone is going on this side, right? So when the sign moves by itself, what does it become? Inverse. Excellent. So this will be sine -1, 0.83. MLN is equal to
56.4.
56.4. Right. Somebody had a second, third, and fourth this, right? This is degrees, right? Let's take the extra mile. Right? That would just push you to remember it a little more. Right? So we go in. As I said, we have one angle, 2 sides. We want to find the third side, so we're using cosine rule, right? Cosine rule. Okay? So we go in. Somebody belt out cosine rule now. A squared is equal to plus C squared minus cos of capital A, right? Now this common A and this capital A would be the angle and the side opposite the angle, right? So the angle will be 25 and the side opposite the angle will be NR, what they're asking for. Everybody good there? So common A is NR, right, Kia? All right, so we go in. Common A is NR, eh? Right, so this is the side and this is the angle, right? So NR is what we're looking for. So NR squared is equal to, anybody have it written down there? What's the sides? I know one is 12. 12 squared plus 18 squared minus 2 by 12 by 18 cos of 25. That's the angle. So we'll call that as 1. Tell me what you're getting there.
76.475.
76.475, right? Now it's okay if you do like these parts of the questions, you do more than 2 decimal places, eh? But when you write your answer, just practice writing your answer to 2 decimal places unless stated otherwise, right? So the opposite of squared, because you have to find the opposite of squared on the side, would be square root. This is the answer you give me?
Yeah.
The final answer, or?
No, then I found it.
All right. So NR is equal to what? Was the square root of 76.475?
8.7.
So I get 8.744.
8.744. And how, something really wrong with that calculator now. All again, 8.75 here? 74 what?
44498.
Well, then it's 8.74. Yeah. Right? And this is, what is kilometers? That's, our child supposed to come in class. Shanae Marie, you inside? I see a mom no message. Shanae Marie.
Yes, sir.
All right, good. So I'm gonna tell. But look at mommy said no. All right, there we go. Determine the bearing of tongue R from L. Where we coming from? We coming from L. That's a note line going to be, right? Oh, come on, shake up, wake up, wake up, right? So the bearing of what? The bearing of R from L, right? Shanae, you here, right? Shanae Marie.
Cinnamon. Yes, sir, I'm here. Cinnamon.
No, wrong person. It's Chardonnay. Sorry. The mom said she in the waiting room. Hi, mom. So I'm not seeing anything on my end. So what she might have to do, she would have to, I go mark up tongue R from L. So we coming from L, so that's why we started the note line. Everybody agrees? Which direction are we going in? Clockwise or anti-clockwise? Clockwise, so we go in. Of R, so we going all the way to R. So that's 50 plus how much? 50 plus? 50 plus what? 56.4
Plus 25.
plus 25. That's the whole bearing there. Hey, I've seen it again. We only have 6 months, eh? Well, that's who write it in June. Who write it in January? Only have 3 months, so maybe I should sign up for June if you're not able to articulate these things right now. Right? And that's serious talk, eh? I think that child got a problem. Yeah, mommy, I never saw her in the waiting room, so probably just had a glitch on her end. But she in now. Right, let's go. So our bearing would be 50 plus 56.4 plus 25. Those 3 angles there, right? So let's go. So the bearing of tongue R from L will be equal to 50 plus 56.4 plus, what's the last one, 25?
Yeah.
And when we add up all, what would we get? What's the bearing?
131.
131.4 degrees, right? Okay? Everybody good there? Right? I've seen people saying, are you sure? Julio, you sure? Yes. Let's go to the next one. Because this is homework, we ain't sticking. Five. Okay, I read it again. From a harbor H, the bearing of two buoys S and Q, right? So these are the two buoys. For those who don't know what a buoy is, that's one of them kind of floating thing that's been you see with the light on it, right? So the first bearing would be 185, which will be you start at the knot line, you go in a clockwise direction, you stop at the line that goes from H to S, right? So that is 185. So 311 would be the other bearing. You're starting at the same knot line, you're going in a clockwise direction, and you're stopping at the line that goes from H to Q. So this will be how much this blue angle will be. I just want to see who's following. 311. Everybody good there? So 185, 311, right? They said Q is 5.4 kilometers from H, right? Q is 5.4 kilometers from H. So would that be here? Everybody agrees? Let's go. While S is 3.5 kilometers from H. 3.5 kilometers from H. Would that be here? Everybody good there? Right? On the diagram below, which shows a sketch of the information, insert the value of the mark angle QHS. So they want to know QHS, right? So watch it here. QHS would be this part of the angle, man. Right. That red angle there is QHS, right? So if the whole thing is 311 and that piece is 185, how much would the red angle be? 126 is correct. Right? You understand how we get that? Yeah? Everybody understand how we get that? The whole thing is 311 online. The whole thing is 311. From here to here is 185. So what that means, to get the remaining angle, which is the red angle, it will be 311 minus 185, right? So it will be Q, let me write on the side here. QHS would be equal to 311 minus 185. So what would this angle be? What you said? 126 degrees, right? All right, then red. 126 degrees. Everybody good there? Ask all the questions. Liam, you here? B squared minus 2BC cos of capital A. Everybody with me here? Right? Triangle, we have this triangle here. We want QS. We have one angle, two sides. You want the third side. So give it some perspective for me here, guys. The side we're trying to find. What's the label for the side we're trying to find? What's the side we're trying to find? QS. So QS squared is equal to, give me B. Come on, what's B? 5.4. Anyone. Anyone can be B, anyone can be C. 5.4 squared plus, boom, 3.5 squared. Come on, give me some life now. I need some life. 2 by what's B? 5.4 by what's C? Cos of what is capital A? The only angle in each angle. 126, right? Boom, bang. Let's go. So this will be equal to QS will be equal to the square root of what? Come on, give me life. Give me life. What is? Call it out. 1.83? 10.83. Somebody second now. Check it out, hold you. That way, yeah?
Yeah, 63.62.
Check it over, right? Look, somebody else get that here. 63.62. Where? What after the 2? Right. 63.63. Everybody good there? Right? So QS will be equal to, talk to me.
7.98.
7.9.
7.98, right? Kilometers, right? Kilometers. 7.98 0.98 kilometers. Everybody good there? Now you know something I did above here. A bearing must be 3 digits. I was supposed to write this over as 131. It's approximately 131 degrees, right? A bearing is 3 digits. Okay? Always 3 digits. Because remember, if your bearing is like 98, you have to put 098. Okay? If it has a decimal, you approximate it. Are we clear? Let's go. Calculate the bearing of S from Q. Where are we coming from? Q, right?
From
So
Q.
let's draw our knot line by Q, right? I'm going to make some space here. The bearing of S from Q. There we go. Knot line. Right, everybody good here? Where we going? Clockwise or anti-clockwise? Clockwise, let's go. So we're going, wait. What line we stopping at? We stopping at this line? It's the bearing of S. So we have to keep it moving. Bang. This question I plenty working. I don't see it. Right, let me draw it over. You start at the knot line, you go in a clockwise direction. We want a whole angle there. Right? So let me see who can articulate. This question probably came for about 5 marks. Let me hear a little. How we finding anything on that side? Sine rule. We could use sine rule to find. Let me put it in red. We could use sine rule to find here. Agreed? You could use opposite side, right, which is 3.5 on this angle, and then you could use 126 and 7.98 to find red. But we still have to find the rest of the blue. We just have here parallel lines. Who said that? You? Oh gosh, it sounds like you come from so. Parallel lines, very good. Right? Parallel line laws. So let me show you what key I'm talking about here, right? We need to find this bad boy here. I'm gonna put it in a different color. Try to color coordinate here so I'm gonna get too confused. So you see this green angle here? And you see this green, this part of the bearing, this green part. Those two angles add up to how much degrees? 180. And they are called, remember what we call them?
Co-interior.
Co-interior. Co-interior angles add up to 180 degrees. Talk to me. Everybody good there so far? How we going to find that angle on our side, buddy? How we finding this angle here? How we finding this? 360 minus what? 311. Boom, bang. Assist on top of things, boy. There you go. Well, let's see what we're going there. A complete revolution is how much? 360, but we have from here to here. We have from here to here is 311, right? So if here to here is 311, to find the missing piece, it'll be 360 minus 311, right? So what we call in that angle, let me call this knot line up here, we'll call this N1, right? We'll call this N1. So it'll be N to H to Q. N to H to Q is what we're trying to find, right? N to H to Q would be equal to 360 minus 311, which will give me what? 49 degrees, right? That's green number 1. So to find green number 2, what are we doing? Thank you very much. I can't stop talking in this class now because like when I talking like we ain't remembering, but let's start to belt it out. Let me go. So what we calling this angle up here? Let's call it N1 to Q to H, right? N1 Q to H is equal to 180 minus 49, which will be 131 degrees, right? So we working, we making some inroad. We find here, we find this green angle here. So we are going to do sine rule now. Here's 131 degrees, right? And we are going to do sine rule to find this bad boy here. So we're working with capital Q and common Q. You see that there, Michael? Capital Q, common Q. Oh, Christian Hart was sick, boy, and the man still come here. Well done, Christian Hart. Are we talking about land Hart kind of business here? There you go. Capital Q and common Q. Watch my arrow. Capital Q, opposite it will be common Q. Capital H, opposite will be common H. All with me? Common H. Cool? Let's go. Scrolling down. So sign rule is A over sine capital A is equal to B over sine capital B, right? But just to give it perspective to the question, it will be common Q over sine capital Q is equal to, what's the other two letters we're working with? H and common H, right? Capital H, which is here, and common H. Everybody good there? Just to give it perspective and make it relevant to the question, right? Common H sine capital H. Everybody good there? So I want to let you give me some questions. Right, Jonas? Common Q. I'm scrolling up. Or tell me what common Q is, right? Scrolling up. What is common Q? I want to make sure I know where we're watching. 3.5. Excellent. Common Q is 3.5. Over sine capital Q. Is capital Q the angle we're looking for? Yes. Capital Q is this little red angle here. Right? That's what we're looking for. So let me just leave that as capital Q. Let me do capital H one time. What's capital H? That's common H. The commons would be the sides, the capitals would be the angle. Very good. 126. Common H would be 7.98, right? So there we go. So this we're leaving this as Q. And this will be common H was 7.98. All right. 7.98 and capital H was it 126?
Yeah.
All right, proper. So what we doing here now? What we moving where? Talk to me. We're moving this here and we're moving this there. Agreed? So watch the movement, Watch the movement. 3.5 then go nowhere. I'll put back people 3.5. All over 7.98 divided by sine 126 in brackets is equal to sine capital Q. Somebody tell me what we getting there.
0.35.
Is equal to sine Q. So we want to find capital Q. We need to move the sign here. When you move sine by itself, what it becomes? That's the inverse of sine, which is sine -1, right? Sine -1, 0.35 is equal to Q. What is Q? What's my baby angle?
So 20.5.
Jonas getting a different answer right too. What you got? 20.8. Somebody else do sine -1 of 0.35. What is it? 0.7.
0.35 was 0.355.
Oh, okay. And when you do it out, you get what?
20.8.
And now we 20.8 degrees is equal to Q. All right? That's capital Q. So watch, I'm going to write it in here. I'm going up. I'm going to write it in here. This will be, this red angle here would be 20.8 degrees, right? Everybody with me so far? Trying to move some of the noise. There's real noise going on here.
Excuse me, sir.
Go ahead, sister.
I get 20.8 and have a 4 in front of the 8.
It's 20.48.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sir, yeah, too long.
So 20.5, that's what that boy was saying. 20.48 degrees, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. Let me go to two decimal places, right? So this will be 20.48. 20.48. So what's my bearing here, my children? What's the bearing of S from Q? Which will be, so that means it will be 9. Well, they're killing me, boy. They're killing me.
So, me again, I know.
Where again there, Kyle?
I am I work the whole thing out as a fraction. I get 32.83.
33.83.
32.83.
I work it out now, right? So 20.78 is the answer when we work out this, right? So I'm going up. I'll change this 20.78. 20.78. What's the bearing here, my children? What's the bearing of S from Q? Talk to me. 131 plus 20.78, which will be 152. 152.1. Right. Yeah. So therefore, bearing. Hey, Olia, I say it over and over. Bearings is something that must come every year. It must come. So I'll give it some time now. You know what's the best thing for you to do? I will send, so we're done with bearings today. I will send a clean worksheet, right, with no workings, followed by this worksheet. The best thing that you can do, because bearing comes every year for 15 marks, right? Okay?
Yeah.
The best thing you could do over the worksheet and work alongside with your answers. Try to do that by tomorrow or the day after, as a little fresh in your head. Because if you wait until Friday, you're going to forget everything. Thank God you'll have the recording. So the bearing of S from Q would be equal to 131 plus 20.78, and this will be approximately equal to 152 degrees. Everybody good there? Right? The diagram below shows the route of a ship cruising from Palm City P to Caton Q, right? This was what year, boy? This was January 2020, by the way. Right? And then to Riverton R. The bearing of Q from P is 133, and the angle PQR is 56, right? So they actually put in everything for you all, right? Calculate the value of angle W. How are we going to do that, guys? Let me hear you.
180 take away 150.
180 take away 133 will give me here, right? Everybody agrees? And then the angles at a point on a straight line add up to 180. Everybody clear there? So we're going to find P, Q, N first, right? So P, Q, N would be equal to 180 minus 133, because we have co-interior angles there. The two knot lines are parallel, right? Co-interior angles add up to 180 degrees, right? So what would be? 47 degrees, right? So watch it. Here would be 47, right? 47 degrees, right? W now. So therefore, W would be equal to 180 minus 56 plus what? 47. What would my answer be here? 77. Everybody good there? Talk to me. Rishi, you good there? Right. Okay, we found W. Determine the bearing of P from Q. Where we coming from? We coming from? Let me draw a knot. Oh, don't have a knot line there, right? I want to move this. Sometimes, like when you all draw these things in CXC, right? When you all do the actual exam, sometimes it might have, like, to see a question, it might have I just call it noise. Sometimes you mark it up and thing. Make sure when you're doing your markers, do your markers in pencil. Because sometimes you have to erase it so you can see the journal a little clear, right? So there we go. Determine the bearing of P from Q. So we're coming from Q of P. So that means I'm starting here, right? Click, 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 boom. How much degrees that's?
360.
That's not 360. Where I reach here, the blue. 180, right? There we go. We're going again. Click, 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 boom. That is my bearing. Okay? I'm starting at the knot line and I'm going to the line that goes from P to Q. Right? Everybody good there? What our bearing will be, my children? How much degrees? Huh? 3 how much?
313.
313, yeah. You can just, you can do 360 minus 47, boom, you'll get it. Or you could do 180 plus 77 plus 56, any direction you want to go. Because you know this is a straight line. So this will be 180 plus 77 plus 56. This is our dog food question, by the way. So this bearing would be equal to 360 minus 47, which would be 313 degrees. Everybody good there? Now, I guess in this one, we have some working. Right? RP. RP. What are we using here? Dog food. What are we using? Cosine. Boom, bang. Right? We have two sides. We are the third. We have one angle. Let's go. Come on, I want to speed through this because I already to start my matrices. A squared plus see what speeding this cause? A squared is equal to B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cos of capital E. Somebody just give me the answer now. RP is equal to what? Let's give me the answer. Okay, we're going to start matrices now. Nobody didn't work that for homework by online. We have 56 people online. Nobody worked this homework by. Everybody know working this out? Lord Father. That's gonna be the final answer. I ready to move on.
60,000.
60,000. Is the final answer, you sure?
Nah, 60,090.3.
Yeah, and if I square root of that. Give me the final answer. Final answer.
The square root of that? 245.13.
245.13 kilometers. Anybody else got this? Oh, what do you do this way? I'm working in between here for when I live. Well, hopefully I'll do it over. So it was RP squared was equal to what was 210 and 290, right? So it'll be 210 squared plus 290 squared minus 2 by 210 by 290 cos of 56. Right? When you work on that, and somebody punch it in now, I just want to make sure it's correct. I know bro get here, but I always want to get more than one person doing it. And what you here, bro? RP is equal to
44.
the square root of what? Which is square root of what?
60,090.3.
60,000.
60, yeah.
Yeah.
0.3.
Come, somebody second these things, man. So,
Yeah, 60,000
and 90.3. Right, yeah. So that's correct. And that's the square root of that. Right, good, right? Right. So that is it for bearings, guys. Okay.